And we'll do this.
Fucking thing sucks! We'll do it live.
Cruising with Steve. Get in, sit down, buckle up. Cruising with Steve. Get in, sit down, buckle up. Cruising with Steve.
Welcome back to Cruising with Steak. Grimsteak here. Here we are, Tuesday, what is it, November 12th on Grind America FM, streaming live, coming at you live, hard, fast, hard, and good. Fuck. About before I introduce people, we talk a little business here. We recently released an anime episode, which is getting way more energy put into it than the regular show. So if you guys want to listen to that, you know, it was about Interstellar 5555, the Daft Punk musical, and it was fucking awesome. So you guys should go back and listen to that. We've been getting great reviews. And if for anybody interested in listening to the next Shonen Dump episode, we're going to be doing Black Lagoon. It's on Hulu. Check it out. There's just sweet-ass fucking pirate waifus, and come on. Just be cool. But anyway, back to the regular show. We got, he's the fucking wind beneath my wings, Mr. James Cruz.
And we're going to have a lot of fun tonight.
Yep.
And we also got Jerry Cthulhu with us.
You know, you guys, if I had to choose between breathing and loving you, I would use my last breath to say, I love you too.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Let's end the show on that
Thank
right
you,
now.
Man.
See you guys later. We also got, who's next? Mr. Flavortown.
I'm just here so I don't get sued.
Thank you. And we got Mr. B.Strut.
What's up, everybody? Happy Beaver Moon.
Beaver Moon.
Wow.
Hell yeah. Just raining pussy. We got Mellowhorus
Hell
with
yeah.
us.
I used to think my life was a tragedy, but now I realize that it's a comedy.
You have to memorize the quote before you read it.
Crushing it. He's not even chink-eyed yet. And we also got, coming back for after a long, he hasn't been in Cruise with Steakland forever, Mr. Adam Tarsis. Welcome.
Hey, it's great to be back from the dead. Good to see you guys.
Great to see you, buddy. Man, we got a lot going on, guys. Got an exciting show tonight. High energy. It's freezing out there for half this country, I'm pretty sure. It's only like
Everyone's
8 degrees
cold.
right now. Everybody's cold. So, you know, pour a drink, crack a beer, roll a joint, hang out. Get in, sit down, buckle up. Shut the fuck up and listen. Oh, man. What's spicy in the news? Somebody give me some spicy news.
Phew.
I'm looking and all is just seems like
I
impeachment
haven't
shenanigans.
done anything online today at all. So
Well, that's awesome, man. You're in the
That's-
drywall
that's
universe.
where my research
you can't
went
help
in
it, James.
just
You're just
busy,
deep in
but-
the drywall universe.
Yeah.
There was media and stuff happened, but I don't know what any of it was.
Yeah, I'm sure there was.
I'm right there with you, man. I have no idea what's going on.
Is Trump impeached yet?
I think so. I mean, I'm pretty sure.
Did he get impeached?
I think he got
It's going to
impeached.
happen tomorrow.
He's going to get
tomorrow.
impeached tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. What's going
We're
on
gonna
tomorrow?
get pens.
We don't know.
Is
Can
it
you
another-
see those impeachment commemorative stamps? Now those are the ones I want to collect.
Yes, exactly. Oh, man.
I thought
I don't have
that
anything against him. I don't really care one way or the other. I just think impeachment stamps would be freaking cool.
Mm-hmm. Good collectible.
That's a collector's item.
he's going to make impeachment great again.
He is.
Yeah.
Man.
Yes.
I mean, there's just MAGA happening all over the place, guys. We really can't deny it. All the MAGA. But really,
Well,
what's
isn't
going on
that gonna-
tomorrow? So what's
Is that
happening?
going to coincide with the thousands of sealed indictments finally getting released?
Well, yeah, I mean Q's been telling me that for years. Those sealed indictments are going to come out.
Well,
Isn't
when they do come-
JFK Jr. too, right? He's coming back from the dead to run as vice president. Is that what's happening?
I don't know, but when the indictments do finally arrive, they'll be glorious and huge.
Yes, you better believe that.
Huge.
They will indict bigly.
You can totally tell it was the best phone call, possibly the greatest phone call ever
perfect.
transcribed ever.
It was perfect. It was perfect.
Yeah, he has perfect phone calls. We can't deny he has perfect phone calls.
And the perfect indictments.
Well, perfect has an actual meaning, a legal meaning.
Oh, tell me, Jer. Get deep into it. I feel your passion.
I don't know. Well, I mean, Trump uses a lot of odd language, and I wonder why. But that's one thing. When they say something's perfect, like a contract is perfect, it means it's legally sound.
Okay.
Both parties agree that it's perfect. It's good to go. So it's a legal term, perfect. I'm probably screwing that up, and I will look it up when I shut up. But it has a meaning other than him sounding weird. I believe that's what his lawyers told him to say.
Giuliani.
I don't think Giuliani's his lawyer.
Interesting.
Another thing he says a lot is wonderful. We're gonna. It's wonderful.
I'm just talking about the call.
You're rich.
It's a
In
perfect
terms
call.
of that phone call, he says he ends every time. There's nothing wrong with it. It was perfect. It was a perfect call, and that means something.
Oh.
Anyway,
But isn't there
Jerry, you're a little
some
low.
claim?
Jerry, give me a little up.
Isn't there some claim that there's some like redacted bit, and that's what everybody's freaking out about? Is that there's like some piece of it that we haven't seen,
No,
so therefore
there's a rumor that there is. Like there was a rumor that the Mueller report was being altered by a bar. It's just rumors that the media repeats because the media is the CIA, basically.
Right.
That's what
That
we're
is
learning
true.
in all this.
I'm so tired of insta-guilt cancel culture everywhere.
Insta-guilt. Yeah.
Insta-guilt.
Also, the
it
CIA.
Totally is. It totally is. Like, no longer do you need proof. You can just make some wild accusation and destroy somebody's life off the cuff for no motherfucking reason other than that you want to.
It's it'll be gone soon.
Well, the pendulum, I think, is definitely getting ready to swing really hard in the other direction.
Yeah,
and
you
it's
got
going to
it.
be an ugly swing. So
You just
buckle
read my
up.
mind. It is.
Well, it always seems to be that way when things go to the extreme.
And we will bitch about that swing just as much as we bitch about this one. 'Cause
Oh, absolutely.
We're all
And by-
centrists. It's funny.
But by the time it gets back to center, it'll be time for a whole new cycle of shit to start.
Oh, yeah.
So by the time we're comfortable with the world again, it'll be time to let it be all fucked up again.
So when the Civil War is over,
yeah. But to be fair,
I don't think there's
like,
going to be a civil war. To be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair, you know, I think it's just I don't think and I'm not trying to defend the media by saying this. I don't think that there's really been a time where the media hasn't been this bad. I just think we're at a point in society where we can, you know, disprove what they're saying a lot easier than we used to. Like, perfect example, you know, tying back to a little bit of hidden history research. Like I have an old newspaper that I found of the San Francisco airship sightings. And you go back and you're reading the papers from when it was happening. And, you know, the next day after the sightings, the headline was talking about how, well, these airships are here and we know who they are. They are an experimental task force that's going over to Cuba to fight the Cuban, whatever. I guess they were rebels at the time. We had some Cuban war going on in 1896. Yeah, exactly. Commies. Like within 24 hours, the news was already spinning these airship sightings that were happening over San Francisco for days at a time. Like, oh yeah, they're just staging here, and then eventually they're going to go down to Cuba, and everything's going to be fine. Like, so they've been doing this shit for hundreds of years. It's just
Forever.
Yeah, it's just now we have the ability to like go on the internet or have conversations with people from all over the world. And yeah, maybe they're not right either, but the point being is that like you're allowed to make your own informed decision without having to rely on them for your only source of what's going on.
In addition to that, the larger media companies have grown so large that they've basically been infiltrated by the woke, and these people write based on their emotions instead of facts. So you have things like Politico contradicting itself, two stories that contradict each other. coming out of
Don't
Politico.
believe the 5.6.
No, don't ever believe that 5.6.
Don't believe it.
I mean, that's crazy talk right there. Why are they contradicting themselves?
It's just a media onslaught.
CNN called Politico's reporting conspiracy theory. They're like eating themselves. It's hilarious.
They are. They're all eating themselves. And they have nobody to run against Trump. That's their biggest thing.
Nasty.
They have to do everything they can to try to
That's
take him
why
down.
The Bloomberg scare this week.
Yeah, well, it's like Bloomberg, was he
Good
like a
luck.
trial run instead of running Hillary? Are they just like, okay, we're going to try this billionaire, see what the public thinks of this?
Hillary can't win. She's too
No.
She's too moderate. She is almost alt-right to the far left.
Yeah. Well, and
I'm
she
not
eats
kidding.
babies. It's a known
And
fact.
she eats babies.
So, I mean, that's,
Besides her dining habits,
Yeah.
even Obama is too far right for the current Democratic Party. In
I mean,
3
really,
years,
yeah.
they've
Did you
shifted
see that
far.
speech that he did to tell people to quit freaking out and canceling everybody?
I admired that.
Yeah, it was a decent speech. That made me feel like 2008 Obama when I felt hopeful about things.
Yeah.
But you know,
Isn't it
thanks,
always
Obama.
funny how they become better dudes the moment they don't have that
Well,
job?
it's all just the media, though. That's how it spins. them.
Hope
It's
and
it's-
change.
He didn't change. He just had
He
a
was
different
hope and
agenda
change
than we
guy.
did.
Oh, I don't think they become better dudes. I just think they shut the hell up, and then we don't hear from them, and so we think they become better.
Jimmy
I
Carter.
mean,
Jimmy
well,
Carter.
I mean, you didn't hear anything from Bush after he left office.
He was a cokehead.
Total cokehead.
I know he's got some massive deal with Netflix or something. I think.
And Ellen DeGeneres. She gives him handies at the ballpark.
Oh man.
That's what they were sitting next to each other for.
Of course.
I wonder what that's like, getting a hand job from Generous.
Like sandpaper.
Well, I don't have to really get into
Those
specifics.
hardworking fucking lesbo hands. Totally.
I don't know.
Totally. Oh shit.
If you like getting a hand job from a gross dude.
So Trump's not going to get impeached. We're calling that on CWS right now. He's obviously not getting impeached.
Don't
You
put
don't
that on the
think-
betting line.
I believe he will be
Oh,
impeached.
wow.
I think he will do too.
And
You
I
guys
think the
he's-
Senate,
You all think he's going to be
Wow.
impeached?
he will be impeached.
He will be.
The Senate will not take up the matter.
Really?
Well, Mitch McConnell's come out and said already that if Schiff does not give the Senate access to the whistleblower, to interview, then there's no reason for them to inform. If you can't even interview, because think of the Senate as more of a trial for the president, against the president. So in this trial, you'd want to interview witnesses, right? He's a key witness. He's the reporter of this, but Schiff won't allow it. So
Well,
McConnell's like, we're not going to do it.
they're not allowing any witnesses to be brought forward that the Republicans want to interview.
I know, but which is completely.
They changed the rules. They changed the goalposts again.
There's no rules because they're making them up as they go along.
Well, exactly.
And this,
And it
Before-
only makes common sense.
there's only been three impeachments ever.
And
So
both sides have been allowed to bring witnesses that they wanted to interview. And now the Democrats are not letting the other side bring in the witnesses that they want to be interviewed. So they changed the goalposts.
the way I see it, it was never about impeachment. It's about tying him up. It's about keeping his name smeared in the media and have the media this onslaught of hate against him, which is Orange Man bad everywhere. You can't,
Yeah, but-
you can't get away from it. Wait. That's all they're doing is tying it up because at some point it's going to fizzle out and they're not going to get in trouble for it, or at least they think they're not.
No, I agree. They're tying it up, but I mean, there's no bad thing as there's no such thing as bad publicity. I mean, Trump's getting all this
Yeah.
coverage in the news
He
media
loves
all
it.
the time. So
Yeah.
but they're doing him a favor.
Not yes and no. The public is very much affected by the emotional energy behind the content. If you're smeared, what do you think Trump derangement syndrome came from?
Mhm.
People are rabid when you talk to them. They start hitting you. Come on. What else can you bring up where people would start hitting you? I can't think of anything.
I don't know. I would like to think that that's people are just getting so fed up with that maybe it's starting to fizzle out, just like cancel culture is.
No, it's getting worse. Watch,
I think people will
fucking-
get tired of it. Something's gonna happen. There's
Why don't we
fads. There's
Why don't we
cycles.
just go back to the good old days where just get Trump and Nancy Pelosi and have them stand back to back, walk 10 paces, turn around, fire their flintlock
Pistols at
pistols, and
dawn.
whoever gets injured,
I
they
think they should
lose,
have
and
to
it's just
fuck.
over.
Because we don't live in a
Pistols at
culture
dawn
where
or
duel should happen. It would have to be like, that's blood match, death match between
Yeah.
the two of them for it
To
to
the
be.
death.
I'm all
There can be only
for
one.
Wow, to
There
the
can be
death.
only one.
Yeah.
You deserve your spot then. Yeah.
Celebrity death match.
Celebrity death match. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man.
That was a great show.
They want
It was a
blood.
great show. Aren't they bringing it back? Didn't I see something somewhere that they're bringing Celebrity Deathmatch back?
Claymation. Yeah.
Somebody fact check that. I'm looking this up right now.
I'm surprised Seth Green hasn't done it.
I feel like I heard the news of bringing that show back like 10 years ago, and they never did.
Mhm.
Celebrity Deathmatch.
Yeah.
2019. Celebrity Deathmatch is making a comeback in 2019. Nope. It seems like this is a 2018 article that says it's going to come back. But yeah, there's not much. Nope. I think it just is all rumors and hype. It's just millennial trash. They wanted to feed us with nostalgia. So that's all they're doing now. Everything's just in nostalgia. Take this. Eat it up. Speaking
Yeah, I
of
saw
the
that
new
they're
Sonic,
doing,
let's talk about Sonic. You go first because I'm going to rant for a while.
Oh, I was just gonna say I saw a trailer that apparently they're bringing back Charlie's Angels for the third time.
That's the
Reboot?
gayest. That's the gayest.
It's a
shit
movie.
ever.
It's a movie. Oh, you wanted to talk about the whistleblower on the whistleblower.
Oh yeah, let's talk about the Inception whistleblower.
So there's apparently came out today that I think Fox News reported this, probably John Solomon, that there's a complaint that's been filed with the ICIG, the Intel Committee's Inspector General, against this person, this flute tutor. I forget his name, Eric something, that dude, and that he's doing it for profit. And it turns out he's got a GoFundMe with like 300
GoFundMe.
grand in it.
So, how are these guys just like making GoFundMe's and just crowdfunding? Is there like a way you could get around donations somehow through GoFundMe or some
Yeah, of
sort
course.
of?
They're anonymous.
So it's basically okay, all right. Money laundering, you could do it pretty easily through GoFundMe if you had to.
And fine art.
Okay, I gotcha.
There's tons of ways to launder money.
Yeah, they did that shit in the show Breaking Bad. Remember, his son was like, "Dad, look, a bunch of people are just giving us money to pay for the surgery," and that's how like he covered up his tracks for a while. But I don't know if you guys saw the new film, but it's pretty freaking awesome.
I never even saw the show.
Oh, you never watched Breaking Bad? Man, it's a great show. Sorry.
Breaking Bad is pretty good. I will give you that. It's a good show.
The El Camino show?
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta check that out for sure.
like-
It's a movie, I think, right?
Yeah, it's a movie.
It's like
Awesome.
what?
Yeah.
It's like 1 hour and a half, I think.
Yeah, I think it's an hour and a half.
Great show.
I just watched it the other day. It's pretty good.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
I'll
not
be
bad.
checking that
It was
out.
one of those where I tried to watch it when it like first came out, and I was like, I don't like this, like, because it was one of the week by week, and then like 5 years later on Netflix, I just decided to binge it, and I was like, okay, I see why people are talking about this. It makes sense now.
It ended up being pretty dark at the end.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
good show, but I never
And
watched
one of
any
the
there's
best
too many
endings- and it-
spin-offs and movies and bullshit with it. Like I never watched any of that. The extended
one-
universe.
That one episode where he let Jesse's girlfriend die.
Mm-hmm.
That was the last one I
Yeah.
watched. I'm like, I can't watch the show anymore.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right.
It had a crazy
I was on
ending.
a
It had,
lot
like,
of
the
drugs
best
when I was
ending.
watching that show.
Did like he really let her die, or like could she have just been turned on her side? And
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
She was puking and choking on her own puke. So
yeah, but he fucking had to move her and
Right.
like wake up Jesse. So he basically did it, which was just really sad, man. That was a rough show because I just watched it about like a month ago to watch the new film, and watching it twice, it's
Dude,
like
the one
God,
that
I
really
forgot about
fucked with the episode that fucked with me was with the meth head couple that stole the fucking ATM and they had like the kid.
oh,
in
man,
there
that
and
little
shit.
kid.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Holy
god,
F.
dude, that fucked me up
Yeah.
when I saw that.
I ain't no skank. I ain't no skank.
Yeah.
Oh,
Unbelievable.
Breaking Bad.
Pushes an ATM on top of the guy's head.
Yeah, right. It's just
Yeah.
fucked up, man. Shit's so fucked up. Anyway.
Spoiler alert.
Oh wait, James, I
Right.
said
If you haven't
Oops.
seen that show, come on.
Yeah, I saw a couple.
I think that
Weren't we
I think
spinning
that was
into
like the
something?
first show that really started like the binge culture.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
it
once
was-
Netflix came out, or DVDs, the DVDs started binge culture. Like when you
No,
could buy
I
box
mean, yeah,
sets.
to an extent, but like the whole, sit down and watch, 3-4 episodes at a time in a night, or binge an entire series in one day. It's kind of like, yeah, Netflix kind of did it, but man, I've had Netflix since the days where you just had those discs, and you
DVR,
just got
dude.
3 discs at a time, and they would just mail you. You had a queue, and actually, man, I miss that because they had all the movies. Like they didn't just have their bullshit like 75% Netflix produced content and 25% serialized
Mhm.
television shows. Like when this was back in like 2006. I was I was really into. I wanted to make movies. I wanted to be a filmmaker, and I remember. Like every night I'd have a new movie coming in and it was all good shit. It was like, I watched all of the Akira Kurosawa movies. I watched Seven Seal. Like I watched all these like amazing classic movies. I watched Godfather. I watched everything. And now there's none. Like they don't have that service anymore. And I remember as soon as I remember when they started the online streaming thing, it was pretty cool. But then over time, I noticed that the trade-off to that was that they were making their own shit, and some of their stuff is okay. I've seen a handful of things that I enjoy, but I mean, nothing really beats being able to get virtually any movie you could think of, delivered to your home within a couple of days of you putting on a queue.
And you could have the disc for like as long as you wanted.
As long as you wanted.
As
Yeah,
long
exactly.
as you kept on paying the fee, you could just keep it forever.
I never got behind in my watching queue when they came to my house.
Mhm.
No, because it's right there. It's
That's right.
sitting. It's sitting at you, waiting for you.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
not going to be able to watch anything else until you finish them.
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And now I find like I have stuff like, oh, I'll watch that later, or because it's all there in the streaming queue, so it doesn't have that same level of importance or that same level of need to be watched.
Yeah, it's just a
because, like,
thing, man. It's not your stuff. It's a thing.
Yeah, yeah. I think having the physical discs really make it.
I mean,
feel
even
more like
taping the
something that's
VCR
personal.
thing yourself, it still felt like yours. You put effort into it, like
Yeah.
The DVR. Yeah, once they came out with the DVR, I used to have a TiVo back in the day, and it was like the first go arounds of the whole DVR system.
I've
before
had
they started putting them
at
on,
least
like,
4
satellite
TiVos.
and dish and all that stuff.
Wow.
So we used to have I bought
Okay, Doug. Fucking crack him. We know how Netflix works.
We got producers in the chat now. We got producers.
Yeah,
Producers?
What we
Let's
can
just
talk
ban his
about.
ass.
Okay, all right. Let's talk about Hulu. Let's
talk about Hulu for a while.
Yeah.
You want to just talk about anime? I'll
Thoughts-
binge.
thoughts
I mean,
on-
we can do
thoughts
this.
Blockbuster Online. What
Didn't
happened to
Disney's-
Blockbuster?
Didn't Disney's streaming service come out today or yesterday?
Yeah,
or
let's
something
talk
like
about
that?
Disney Plus.
It did, and I've already watched Mandalorian.
I heard it crashed within the first few hours of it
I've
coming
seen
out.
nerds absolutely raging online because they promised that they were going to have The Simpsons, the older seasons, in the original 4:3 aspect ratio, and they didn't. And these nerds are losing their shit. They're like, oh my God, look at how stretched it is. This is insane. It's the best
There's
stuff
as
ever.
much rage over that as there are about public shootings,
Right.
which is sad.
But there's more rage than both of those combined over the new Star Wars.
Oh yeah, that's
the
true.
leak. The leak. We're gonna
No.
leak the juice on this podcast.
Leak the
I heard-
juice
I
because
got
I'm
the
gonna
juice. I
We're
got the
leaking
juice.
Leak some juice. What kind of juice we got?
The story is a rumor, and granted, I haven't confirmed this rumor. This is a
Ooh, I like this. Some
rumor
real fat
from
speculation.
it's a
Let's
real
get it.
Fat
But it's
speckies.
bullshit.
Give me those speckies, baby.
So
Yeah.
the word on
we
the
don't know.
street is that the episode 9 script got leaked, and anyone want to take let's any predictions, any preds on what
They're
you
both
think?
they're both trans.
Yes, no. So the theory is that they not only retcon back the concept that Rey does have special bloodline, because you know how like in the first one they were like, oh yeah, she's from a special bloodline, and the second one they're like, nah, she's just somebody we don't, she came from nowhere.
Who even watches these movies?
I know, right? I haven't even seen one since
I've seen them a few times.
8, but the theory is that she is Palpatine's granddaughter.
This is bullshit.
That's the twist. That's the twist. And instead of Death Stars,
who's her grandmother?
Oh,
exactly. What is
it?
Some sort of Jesus birth?
Or is it Palpatine have sex with?
Natalie Portman.
What is she?
No,
test tube?
Vader.
She test tube, baby.
They're not going to bring the prequels into the mix. They're not. They're refusing. There's no way.
Palpatine's from the prequel.
No, but he was in the original ones. That's what I'm saying. Like they're never gonna like bring a organic prequel lore into the new ones. They're gonna try to forget that. They let George Lucas ride that horse off into the sunset. Which honestly, as a total aside, I actually kind of have gained more respect for George Lucas now, just from the standpoint of like he did his thing.
He got out of it.
It wasn't well, and it wasn't perfect. And God knows, he doesn't know how to write to save his life. But that story had some good bones to it. And if somebody who actually was talented at writing had taken a crack at that prequel series with the world building that they did, I think that could have been really good movies. But I digress.
Look, I got a little Lucas fun fact here. My brother worked at LucasArts for right. It was like the last 2 years before he sold it off. And he was working there, and the entire rumor that like everybody was going around, it was that he was looking to purchase like a spaceship to like just blast off and leave to fucking. That's why he was selling everything, because like he wanted to just fucking he wanted to get off planet, so he's selling everything off. That's what he said. He's like, I don't know. He's like, that's what everybody said. This was the rumor. Like somebody knew it was fact and was spreading it around.
I kind of halfway believe that. I mean, he's rich enough.
So is he part of the breakaway civilization?
Yeah, totally. And his wife is like this like huge fucking black woman, this beautiful black woman. Like she's obviously a reptilian or some kind of alien species. I mean, it only makes common sense.
But yeah, so
and it
apparently
only makes common sense.
Instead of Death Stars, they have these ships that all have Death Star rays on them. So that's the new thing for this movie, is that they're going to have Star Death Destroyer ship things.
More portable.
Oh, and I think what's his name? Kylo Ren gets thrown down an endless pit like Palpatine does. So, well, mark this moment, all of you people in the chat that are not everyone else here. I said it first.
There it is.
I got the juice.
You got the juice.
And
Give me that juice, baby.
And if I'm wrong, frankly, the answer is I'm probably never going to see this.
What about Luke Skywalker?
Somebody needs to let me know if that's what ends up happening.
How crusty do your pants get with urine when you're falling down an endless pit?
Oh yeah, because you got it. Well,
I don't think you have time to crust.
No, you'd only piss a couple times, and if you're falling, the breeze of the fall would probably dry you as you're going.
Yeah,
right.
So no, you wouldn't crust up.
You could just whip it out.
Yeah, dude, you would have dry piss stained pants.
Yeah, just whip it out. You're just free falling anyway. It's not going to hit you.
As long as it was in November, I would just whack off till I died.
I mean, yeah.
Death cum. You got it. You got it.
Yeah, K-Dog's calling it. Maybe a death cum. That might work.
Death.
That would suck. That'd be the worst. To be falling for eternity.
And then
wouldn't be the worst.
Well, you'd starve to death or die of fright. Yeah, or maybe I think you just
die of boredom.
Maybe. But
would you not try to stop yourself at a certain point? Like try to kind of like swim yourself over to a wall?
What are you
like street lights on
this
thing?
Flying Nimbus or something?
I mean, eventually you'll figure out how to kind of control yourself a little bit. You got time. It's endless.
You got time.
You got the force. So
control the ether.
Start building the world around you.
Where's that James Cruz text? I got an article, you guys.
Ooh.
And I want to know what you all think about this. But there's growing evidence that the universe is connected by giant structures. So what do you think of this? Basically, it's saying that like they're noticing that galaxies are almost acting like binary star systems where they move together, and they're claiming that there's some unknown force connecting them. So what is this? Is this just more bullshit building on the bullshit?
It's a silk hat on a pig. That's
thank
been
you,
known.
Jerry. Beautiful.
They've known for a while that everything's connected. They just don't know how, and they make up shit to explain it, like dark matter, dark energy holds these things together. And what it is really is plasma.
Oh man, you said plasma until I'm just put it in the chats right when you said plasma. That was
Really?
that was an exact synchro. That was insane.
I don't see it in the chats.
Man, perfect. He's got a delay, so he won't get it.
Anyway,
plasma.
it's plasma, which is, i.e., the ether.
I got another space tard story.
Yeah, let's talk about this gay fucking fake shit.
I'm calling it the
Gay
ether.
space. All right, here we go. I'll post the article. It's from space.com. Apparently, these idiots found a star that is older than the universe.
Yeah, that was last week.
Yeah, astronomers have been
Boffins.
observing a curious star located some 190 light years away from Earth in the constellation Libra. It rapidly journeys across the sky 800,000 miles per hour because, we just know it's not 900,000 miles an hour. It's not 1,000,000 miles an hour. It's not 400,000. It's 800. We've been tracking it. It's going 800,000 miles an hour. It's known as Methuselah and is known as the universe's oldest known stars. They used 2000 scientists sought to date the star using observations via the ESA's Hipparcos satellite, which estimated an age of 16 billion years old. Such a figure was rather mind-blowing and also pretty baffling. The universe is supposed to be 13.8 billion years old. It was a serious discrepancy. So yeah, they don't. They're deciding that they're just gonna roll with it. I guess just got stuff
Like
about
It's like a
megaparsecs.
leftover of the previous universe.
No, it's just
Maybe
bullshit.
it's,
Like all of it is just just absolute, just utter nonsense. Just I don't even know. They're just trying to justify their paychecks at this point. They don't want Daddy Trump to take their money away. So they're like, yeah, we found this star. That's pretty cool, huh?
Well, I mean, pretty
Older.
soon they're just going to admit that we're all under some sort of infinite Tsukiyama or whatever that is that they do in Naruto, where they use the ultimate Sharingan to just put us all under hypnosis sooner or later. Just floating around. I mean, there's story after story of these stars, or the Uamama, whatever that was, or these other crazy things that just come flying in. And wasn't there just another one that recently came flying in just like it, and they're like, oh, okay. That one's kind of similar. Like, it's.
Don't we have one that orbits the planet in the opposite direction? That whole Black Knight satellite crap.
Oh, the Black Knight satellite? Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That was
It's like our very own special bit of crazy.
Yeah, that was fun conspiracy stuff back in the day. They like Tesla, didn't he claim to be able or picked up signal, or didn't somebody pick up signals from it?
Mm-hmm. Supposedly it's really there, so don't know.
Yeah, there's a couple pictures online that people claim they've seen it. I mean, who knows? It could be some kind of ancient fucking satellite. But satellites aren't real, so I mean, I don't know. It's all nuts. Space stuff is crazy.
I can't say like the Earth is flat because I've seen no elephants, and I'm pretty sure there isn't a giant turtle under that. So,
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah. That's interesting. I don't know. Flat Earth fucking intrigues me just because of the nonsense and absurdity of it all. But it just makes you think, like...
I think Hollow Earth is more interesting and also more plausible.
Yeah.
At least to a degree.
Well, I mean, we could see the caverns. We could go to caves and shit and see that. It's like,
Were we talking about it on this show? Where
probably,
probably. Where the more interesting thing to think about is that, like, because of our limited scope of perspective, that that our perception is reality, and so when it's convenient for a human to conceive of the Earth as flat, then results will show the Earth is flat. But when they're in a situation to show that the Earth is a ball, then it actually shows itself to be a ball. Like, essentially, it can be both flat and round and hollow and concave, depending on how you observe it.
So just the
essentially, and
conditions
none of them
and
are
what our
wrong.
perception is, pretty much.
Yeah, none of them are
Huh.
necessarily wrong theories. They're just different perspectives at different times and in different scenarios.
You
See, I
are
kind of-
100% right, man.
I kind of feel like there's the reality I perceive, there's the reality you perceive, and then there's like, you know, the reality that we are perceiving collectively because we're interacting with one another, and because we're in a moment of connection and communication, we have like a collective perception. But outside of that, what we perceive and experience is perfectly unique to us as individuals.
Totally. Absolutely.
I think.
No, I like that. Yeah. Well, I mean, it is.
All of that
'cause-
was real truth right there.
Yeah, because right now we're all experiencing the same thing, but we're also, I mean,
But we're
but the
also
only
experiencing our own
real-
personal paradigm.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. It's the only reality that we know for real that's real is the one that we have right now. Like, I mean,
It's
for
the
all I
one
know,
we're
you
in.
could really all be fake. Like, who
Exactly.
the fuck knows?
It doesn't exist, folks.
It doesn't exist. I
You're
mean,
all
you just-
fictitious.
It is. You take a
Oh, everybody's fake and gay.
Yeah.
if
Right.
it's possible. But
We're
yeah, I mean,
all
it's-
NPCs.
it's just-
Actually,
No.
I told somebody the other day that if we were all living in a simulation, then with our luck, the human species was spider solitaire, so we're a fucking diagnostic tool for reality, and that's why life here can be so shitty.
Oh man, yeah, we're just working out the kinks, like just
Yeah,
just-
we're the diagnostic
exactly.
tool.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
that.
We're just the alpha. They'll put out the beta pretty
The
soon before the
beta.
full release. They haven't even
Cheat
announced
codes and
DLC yet.
everything.
I mean, dude, it makes
We're gonna
sense.
get upgrades.
We're,
Well, I
we're
always-
fucking. Why are we're just this unique thing to this planet? It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I
There's
wonder
something.
about that. Like looking into all this like weird history and like I almost wonder if the act of like observing parts of history are actually in some ways like creating more history more in line with what you're finding. Like, you know, I didn't know that all of these buildings and architecture and like photos of fires and crazy technology from 100 200 years ago existed until I started looking into it. And like, was it there the whole time and nobody was just finding all this stuff? Or you know, are we literally just like creating it out of the ether just by observing it? Like,
Yes.
is it just one version of it that is happening? Can the past change based
Yes.
off of present observation and like things that happen in the future? Like, how do we know that there isn't
the
something
past-
in
the
the future
past can
happening that's not
change.
changing it?
The past can change because I mean nobody's living in the past, so really
all
I mean
fluid.
you have your memories, but then you also a lot of what we know of the past are things that we're told just through books, learning, or whatever fucking bullshit. So it's like what we know is already a preloaded control mechanism that they want us to learn. So you just gotta fucking unlearn it. somehow.
Until Johnny Be Good, Marty lost his whole family, dude. I mean,
Dude,
you saw it.
exactly.
True.
Did you guys know that Eric Stoltz was first cast in Marty McFly?
Yeah, that was the one. Okay, I
And they
remember. I thought we talked about it one night. We couldn't remember who the extra character was that they had to reshoot it and stuff.
Yeah, they threw away almost 5 weeks of footage.
Yeah.
From what I understand, they were actually at the end of filming when they replaced him.
They were.
Yeah, there was a decent amount.
They
They
were
did.
filming the Twin Pines scene, the parking lot scene.
Yeah, I think if
Oh,
you
man.
watch,
Wow.
there's on Netflix. There's another promo. It's called like Back in Time. It's like a whole like fanboy show of Back to the Future, and I think they include that footage. So I think it's on that.
Not knocking Eric Stoltz or anything, but I really don't want to live in the reality where I'm forced to perceive him as the star of that film because I think it would suck.
Right? I think that's
I
yeah.
don't
Yeah.
think it would be a good movie.
Yeah.
There's a thing I saw it on YouTube. It was a story about it, and they have a lot of the footage too.
Yeah.
Basically, Stoltz wasn't funny, and they wanted it to be more lighthearted and comedy.
I would have to agree with that. It's just, I mean, like, I can't really imagine him with that level of comedic timing, even,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So, yeah, that's kind of cool.
It wasn't that he couldn't do it. He was just playing that role straight.
Yeah.
It had been written that way. It wasn't his fault. It's just, the writers saw as they progressed. They
changed it up
to go. Yeah, because they really wanted Michael J. Fox, but he had contractual obligations with whatever that show he was on. Forget.
Family Ties.
Family Ties. Thank you.
But the real question is, if Eric Stoltz had played him, would they have changed Sonic the Hedgehog?
That's a very great question, Flavortown.
Whoa.
I gotta say,
he can still be alive.
Now was it the internet outrage that changed Sonic the Hedgehog, or was it just some? God, that was such a great fucking transition. Or was it just some kind of brilliant ad campaign where
I read it was a PR stunt
where they're gonna put out this trash Sonic, get everybody all fucking worked up, and then come back
overlay,
and then come back today with the cutest, greatest Sonic ever. Which, I mean, granted, I'm not gonna see the movie, but I mean, it's the perfect Sonic. And they built all this hype.
Dude, Jim Carrey's character looks awesome.
Is it a fan's rendition of Sonic?
The original that they were gonna first.
The new one.
Oh no, it
looks like Sonic.
It's a dude. it's a guy that did it. Like, it looks like Sonic. It's a good Sonic.
The one that came out with the real pointy face, that was the old one, right? The bogus one?
The one with the teeth and the garbage.
Teeth and the garbage. No, beady eyes and a pointy nose.
Yeah, sort of, yeah. Yeah, beady and pointy. Maybe somebody could find an old picture and put it in the chats, but we don't know.
I'm picturing it.
Yeah, but still, yeah. The internet fixed Sonic, and that's what I'm going with. Fixed it good. So,
just like I promised, right?
Thank you.
You know that movie's going to be shit.
This is literally the definition of MAGA, you people, right here. Like, they took a shitty-looking Sonic and made good Sonic.
Yeah.
This is as MAGA as it gets.
Yeah, weird.
So let's put our fucking hats on. Come on. There it is, Jer. See? Look at that. It's a game changer.
They kept the green eyes though. That's kind of interesting.
That's all right. I'll take green eyes. What you got something against green eyes?
No, I'm just saying there's continuity there.
This is definitely more anime, and this is more like trying to be humans.
It's like
they tried to gay it up with all the realness.
The Grinch, like it looks like the Grinch
furry.
Well, yeah, it looks like a furry, exactly.
Yeah, that's creepy.
Looks like their attempt at trying to make that new Cats movie.
Oh yeah, that's
abomination.
That's the movie.
Isn't Taylor Swift all furried up?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'll watch that movie.
That's even more repulsive than normal.
I bet they outsourced it to Asia.
I'm sure they're nice people.
And this came back and this is not what we want.
That movie kind of, how there's a theory out there that in order to initiate actors and keep them in line in the Hollywood community is they'll put them through really embarrassing roles specifically to get them to play ball. I wonder if portraying them like Ian McKellen and who else is in that besides Taylor Swift? There's also what's his name? Black British guy, super badass.
Idris Elba.
Yeah, Idris Elba's in it too. I wonder if these people this is their hey, you got to play ball if you want to get the good roles. We're gonna embarrass you and make you do all this.
Oh, you think it's like some Illuminati initiation shit?
Yeah,
where it's like a hazing. Exactly. You gotta be this faggy ass cat and put this stuff on and dance around. Maybe.
Yeah. Well, they don't even have to do that. They just have to put on weird green latex suits with a bunch of balls all over their. That's really what they're doing when they're acting that stuff out.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
They're not above the line.
Cats. What was that? Why cats? I mean, what's with cats? Why has it just been around for so long, and why is it a staple?
Because old gay men fuel the musical industry.
Okay.
As long as there's old gay men, there's always going to be a need for musicals.
All right, fair enough.
Did you guys see my little tidbit I put up on the chats about the hedgehog anatomy today?
Yeah.
Oh, I think I missed.
And get to what my screensaver is right now. It's just a nature screensaver. That's a hedgehog.
It's a hedgehog. Oh, it's synchronicity right there.
Yeah. Man, I wish it was the hedgehog moon.
I meant to say that earlier because
awesome moon.
Yeah, so not to let people, be hanging out there. The male hedgehogs are, I'll just read this real quick. The male hedgehogs are called boars. Their penis is retracted within a penile sheath that is located in the mid-abdominal region of the hedgehog. So if you think of a regular hedgehog, that little white spot on its belly is where it keeps its dick. And then
a sheath, interesting.
A sheath, yeah. And then if you anthropomorphize it,
Tickle its belly, tickle his belly.
With Sonic, make him life size. That hedgehog has to have a giant penis, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Right. Man.
Sonic's got that big dick energy.
I mean, totally. He's running around getting those rings all the time. You kidding me? That's what he does.
So where are the vaginas on the hedgehog? Are they in the top of the back? Like what is
it's probably in the back. I would say the back. Probably like a blowhole of a dolphin.
But they got spines on the end.
Yeah. Spines.
I'm gonna find out right now.
Look, the pussy's always near the taint, so just look for the asshole.
There you go, Jerry. That's the words of wisdom. That's dad wisdom right there.
Yeah, exactly.
That's somebody. Every dad should sit their son down and say, "Look, the pussy's always near the taint."
It is directly adjacent to the anus.
Let me tell you a little bit something about women.
You'll find it.
Ooh, and
Find the taint. You're there. You can book your way around to any hole.
Both sexes have a row of nipples along each side within the tummy fur.
So do I.
According to Hedgehog Rescue in the UK.
What is this hedgehog show? What's even going on right now?
Do they have any hedgehogs rescued named Spiny Norman?
Have I either not smoked enough or smoked too much? I can't tell now.
No, come on. This is the show, Adam. It's what happens now. This is Cruising with Sting.
God.
This is it. We haven't been on in a while.
Hedgehog dicks.
I think I might need therapy now, you guys.
Yeah. Hey, let's do some hate mail. I'm gonna play the hate mail jingle. We got one in.
Yeah, let's burn rubber and soon do some donuts and shift into hate mail.
Yes, let's just burn some rubber. All right, switch that over. Hit the play.
James Cruz and Grimstad.
That's probably so loud to those guys. That's freaking stuff. I'm sorry.
Hey man, a woo.
I'm in my car with one hand out the window, pumping this in the speakers, doing a burnout.
Oh yeah, man. Donuts. Oh shit! I don't even have my email open. God. Get your shit together, Grimstake. Idiot. Oh man, we got 2 hate mails. We got another one in.
2.
All right. This is from Booty Rooter from the Double Dungeon podcast. Subscribe to Double Dungeon. He says, if they can completely redo the CGI in the Sonic movie and make it watchable, perhaps they can completely redo your show to make it listenable. Thank you, Booty Rooter.
Yes.
That's a good one. I like it.
Some constructive criticism.
Oh man!
like it.
And here's this is from John.
So how could I?
This is just John. This is all I got. Your show is fucking magic, and I hate that I don't hate it. So that's pretty amazing right there. Thank you, John. That's like
Thanks,
legit.
John.
I like that. A little bit of both.
A little bit of magic dust
brings the
for you.
levity, puts us back in our place. We know how it is. Oh man, we just got another one.
Uh-oh. It's coming in hot.
This is from Lady Aboshi. Dear CWS, I miss Felix. Love Lady Aboshi.
Yes.
God.
Me both.
Man, tell me about it. I just texted him today. What exactly did I text him? sirfelix.bandcamp.com. I said, I need to go to my texts. And I said to him, I miss you, and I love you, and I hope you're burning like a supernova with success and happiness right now. And then he replied, likewise, Mercury is in retrograde. And I was like, oh, man. sirfelix.bandcamp.com. I love that guy. What else we got? That's all my hate mail. Should I play a jingle? What should we do here, guys?
Yeah, sure.
Jingle it up.
What jingle? What are we working with here? You
Maybe
know
a
what I
little tech news.
Hey,
We
wait.
always
no,
have a
let's-
good tech
let's
news.
do
segment.
it.
No.
Tech
Okay.
segment.
All right, we'll do tech. But we have to redeem ourselves because I just remembered on the last show we ended it with the cryptozoology segment, and we didn't even talk about a cryptid.
We didn't say anything.
We didn't say
Yeah,
one
we
thing
didn't
about a
say
cryptid, so we gotta come after the tech news. We'll do another cryptozoology. So here, let's do it. Tech news.
Cruising with stay.
Buttons work.
Technology segment.
Computer.
Cruising with stay. Technology segment.
Maybe you can teach me how to use a computer, Jerry. To know how the buttons work.
Teach me how to computer.
I need to know how buttons work.
Teach me how to computer.
I need to know how the buttons work. Buttons work.
Computer.
I need to
Computer.
buttons to know how the buttons work.
All right,
So
hold it.
trippy, dude.
I was literally just drunk and stoned, just zoning out.
Yes.
I forgot what was happening there. All right, let's do this. James, how's Death Stranding? Give me a
Yeah.
review. Give me a review on the
My
the
review,
box
Death Stranding.
carrying game. Because all I'm seeing on Twitter is some real hot discourse of people just talking about carrying a ton of boxes and dropping them. So I
Yeah,
just, I need
basically
to know what's
you're
going
like
on with this.
the postman. It's post-apocalyptic barren wasteland of Earth, but there's some freaky shit going on for sure. It's there's a creep vibe going on with a kind of like a close in reality, like ghostly entity universe overlay of things. This is a real dude. There's so many oddities to this game. Like the rain is basically like acid rain. Like you have
Acid
to
rain.
you wear like a rubberized suit. I can go on for days about this. This is so
Dude, go
insane.
on
I
for
don't even know how
days,
to
man. We
explain
got a
this.
show for talking about shit, so bring it to
Yeah.
me. It's just
Man,
making you
yeah, so
happy. I could see you
basically,
getting worked up right now.
Man, there's these colonies that are kind of underground. You're above ground now. People are above ground. They're transporting things, but they're doing it old school way. Kind of like there's no horses or anything. This is all like this dude's got a backpack.
Right. I've seen a lot of that
And
backpack.
he's like the postman.
Right. And
and
this
you're
is
trying to-
Norman Reedus, right? From
Yes,
you know,
the dude that plays he's like the main
Reservoir Dogs,
character from The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
So that guy. And by the way, it's the most beautiful game I've ever played my entire life. It is jaw dropping, dude. It's unreal.
Yeah, Hideo Kojima is a genius.
God, thank you. I
I
was just
could
gonna
not
say
believe
that.
what I was seeing. I mean,
Flavortown,
even
we're
still,
brothers in weeb arms.
yeah.
Yes. Well, not only it's also Mads Mikkelsen's in the game, who's also one of my favorite actors. He played Hannibal in the TV series Hannibal, which is a great show.
Ah.
Yeah.
He was in Doctor Strange too.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And it also has Guillermo del Toro has a guest appearance in it.
So
in the
does
game at
Conan
some
O'Brien. Conan
Wait, really?
O'Brien. Yeah, Conan O'Brien has
That's
a cameo
No,
in there
no,
too.
yeah. I'm so a little bit into it, you know.
Also,
100%.
Nicholas Winding Refn is in it. The guy who directed Drive and Only God Forgives and Neon Demon apparently is in it.
Look at
Just
you,
kind
Mr.
of like a mashup.
Wikipedia.
Yeah. Well, I got really interested. I don't have a PS4 anymore,
Yeah.
but I've always liked everything Hideo Kojima does, and I was really sad because they were so Hideo Kojima, Guillermo del Toro, and Norman Reedus were slated to make a Silent Hill game.
Ooh.
It was going to be like the world was going to be designed by Guillermo del Toro, and it was going to star Norman Reedus, and Hideo Kojima was going to make it. And they even had a demo for it called PT, which was incredible. And I got really hyped about the game, and then at the last second, Konami basically just kicked Hideo Kojima to the curb, and they weren't able to use the Silent Hill license anymore because that's a Konami franchise. So Konami went to making pachinko machines, and then Hideo
Pachinko.
Kojima went to making this game. So yeah, pretty interesting.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
I've seen it advertised for a little bit on the PS4 and on
Oh yeah, dude, they've been hyping it
kind
for
of
a while.
interesting. And then I saw one more trailer for it, and then it was just on the countdown for like pre-order basically. And I was like, yeah, screw it, I'm getting it.
Screw it, man, get it. It's all you.
And oh man, it's gonna be crazy. Yeah, basically you can carry X amount of weight. All your it's hardly hard to explain. Yeah, like the oddity of the game itself is it's weird when you're outside and you're roaming around. You actually have a like 7-month-old, 6-month-old fetus strapped to the front of your chest.
What? Why do you have a fetus?
Because they're like consciously like they can connect with like this energetic field that sees these like crazy ghostly things that happen.
So the fetus
when
is
you
like
get
it's like
trapped
almost
by
like a
this
tool.
stranding stuff, it's like this weird ooze. It's the black ooze, but it free
So there's
flows
black
like water.
ooze, there's baby fucking detectors. Like
There's
what
baby
is all
detectors
this?
attached to your chest.
And then you got to carry boxes.
They're called BBs. They're called bridge babies. It's messed up, dude. I'm
yeah,
telling
dude.
you.
So are these such like disposable items? Like these babies just don't matter?
Yeah, they last about a year. They say it's crazy stuff, dude. Like, yeah, it's a messed up game. There's some freak factor to it, but there's also like some common things to it. Like when I say you're lugging, cargo, but like you're controlling the guy's weight and stuff when you're like trying to climb up a mountain.
Oh yeah, dude.
and
I've
shit.
seen videos of dudes
So you have
posting
these
where they're like
huge
falling
loads.
like huge
Yeah.
fucking stacks and they're just like falling into a river.
Yeah,
and all of it
I'll
just
lose
goes
all my
flying.
shit when that the stranding gets a hold of you,
Yeah.
dude. Yeah, you're
There's black
screwed.
goo.
It's some
Black
crazy
goo.
stuff. You'll get stuck in it, and then it'll shoot you like 50 yards in one direction,
It's
like
like Max
a water
Spears.
slide. Yeah,
You're puking it up.
it's some badass game, dude. I haven't been this psyched to play a game since Red Dead 2.
Well, dude, I'm happy you're psyched to play a game. That makes me
That's
happy.
fun.
You're happy, James.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Besides
Fuck yeah.
D&D,
Oh, dude, D&D. That was
that's a lot of
weird.
fun.
That was a good session last night. Yeah.
Dude. Yeah, you get stuck via phone.
Yeah, dude, but it's cool. I powered through and we had a fucking had a blast. What the
Anyway,
fuck didn't we have other tech news besides Death Stranding? I feel like there was a couple other things going on here.
Well, Disney Plus is out now.
Disney
we were
Plus.
talking about that a little bit.
Bitched about that.
Diablo 4 is coming out.
Oh, Jerry, shut up. Are you serious?
All these games.
Oh, I
Yeah,
gotta
you should see
Google
the
this.
trailer. It's fucking awesome. It's amazing. I was watching it going, damn, are these people or animations? It's really hard to
Guys.
tell.
Diablo's my fucking that's yeah. Diablo's great.
So
That's always been my
Jerry,
weakness.
oh sorry.
No, you go for it, James.
No, I was just I got caught up in I thought you said you had the Disney thing, Jer. Or did you just see the Mandalorian already?
I have Disney Plus. I signed up when they were doing that special for 3 years for
yeah.
$100, I think.
Oh, that's a good deal. Yeah.
119.
But so I just saw this article, or not? I haven't just Mandalorian's first episode. So are they releasing them like one at a time?
Yeah, I fucking hate that.
That sucks.
The new,
you want to binge one first, right? Yeah. That's like,
Netflix has completely spoiled us.
I know.
This new HBO show, His Dark Materials, is really well done.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm all about that show. That's an amazing tale.
That's one of those stories that has like truth woven into it,
right?
And the fiction, like Dune. Dune is pretty much how the world works.
They're doing that again, right?
Yeah, that's coming out Christmas, I think. Next
Right.
year.
Disney Plus.
So, did you see The Mandalorian then?
Yeah, I watched it today.
Yeah, how was it? Like, does it hold true to like? I mean, I'm not that you're expecting like a blockbuster video. I don't know.
I never heard of a fucking Mandalorian before the show, so I don't know what to expect. It looks like Boba Fett in new armor.
It's Boba Fett, right? Yeah.
There's a joke in there. Do you guys ever take your helmets off? So I assume they never take their helmets off.
That's great.
And he speaks really good
He's
English.
like a luchador, a Mexican wrestler. Yeah.
I don't know.
Never take the mask off. Never, ever, anywhere. Yeah.
He's apparently a badass bounty hunter. That's all you know.
Do you remember there was a really good PlayStation 2 game, Bounty Hunter?
Bounty
where you went around and played as Boba Fett, going
yeah.
around and getting bounties.
Oh fuck, I remember that
flying
game.
around. Yeah, you
Yeah.
they play around like I think it's in Coruscant, whatever that big city planet. And you're just going around and man,
There's one
remember
thing
when
that bothered
LucasArts
me.
used to actually make good games?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
before they
Then
sold
George
Disney.
Lucas wanted to get a spaceship and fly off planets, so he sold his company.
Oh, that was another
I think
another
they-
piece of juice I forgot to mention earlier.
you say
Apparently,
juice? Another piece of juice?
No. Suzanne's not here tonight. We're
juice.
gonna take a night off on the Jews.
Okay, good call. Yeah, we went pretty hard on him the other week.
The
You said
other
hard. I
love
rumor
China.
is that the screen test for the new Star Wars was terrible, and so the word on the street is that they brought Lucas back for a consult.
Hmm.
Why would they do that? But he's just a doddering old boomer. Like, why would they bring him
Could you-
back?
No. It's not Lucas's code for Abrams.
Could you
Yeah, but-
imagine like being George Lucas, like swimming in Disney money in the morning and just getting a phone call?
It's
Let's
mostly
just-
stock.
Just
Just living that Scrooge
look at
McDuck life.
The face that he must have had if this is true. Like
Just waking up and spitting coins out in the air like a fountain.
yeah, exactly. That's
Just
what I'm
living
saying.
the dream.
He's just living the dream, and then some Disney exec calls him up. Is like, "Hey, Lucas,
You want more money?
we need you. It turns out the new Star Wars isn't doing as well as we thought it was. You mind coming in and giving us your thought on some stuff, man? Like, I can only
It doesn't
imagine
even
his
matter though,
reaction.
dude. They have such deep mind control ingrained on the public that the last one's gonna come out and it's gonna like break records. Like everybody is they're so hypnotized. It's like an Uzumaki spiral just coming in. Everything spirals. You people, you kidding me? Just don't go. Boycott it. Boycott the new Star Wars with me, people. Please.
Oh man.
Oh, I'm
Let's
definitely
do
not
it.
seeing it. There's no doubt in my mind. They won't be getting my money.
Thank you.
I'll be there.
The fact that supposedly the script was leaked, it kind of makes me think like all of what you said is true and it's actually going to happen like that. And then they're probably not going to make any more Star Wars films for like a long time. They're just going to fucking shut that down.
They're just gonna milk the series on Disney.
No. This is the last one.
Okay. then-
Everything from now on is going to be within the Star Wars universe. It's all spin-offs and
Oh
yeah,
god.
and it's all going to be going on to
merchandising.
It's because they have fucking algorithms that sit in a fucking office and sit there and just they build shit saying like, okay, for the next 45 years we can make this show, this show, this show. We just keep people obsessed with it. We keep people into it. Like it's disgusting.
No,
It's
I'm
a
sure
nasty
they've got
cycle
AI
of
working it all out
nostalgia.
now.
It's just a
They got-
cycle. They've built the
they
new
got-
gods and they're making us worship them. It's disgusting.
I'm sure they've
Yeah.
got AI planning it all out for them.
Oh, totally. Yeah, that is true. It's not a guy in an office. You're right, Jared. It's even worse. There's robots just doing it.
This, the
See,
D-Wave
wait,
quantum computing
wait.
machine.
Before I forget this, it's important. This is what I think that Elsa Gate videos were.
Jerry, you're
was-
quiet.
I'm working on it.
I'm sorry.
Is that better?
That's much better.
Okay.
Excellent.
Perfect.
I want to finish eating. I think those Elsa Gate videos, some of them were AI generated videos to gauge children's likes, attentions, favorite, to map their behaviors out.
Yeah, I could see
And
that.
these are studio like Disney AIs doing this to figure out what kind of movies to make next.
Right. Well, because the children can't buy things, so they have to find some way to manipulate marketing to them at a young age. So
Right.
what better way than
Likes.
through YouTube videos and just brainwash them?
It's not the brainwashing; it's pattern matching
Ah,
on the
okay.
behavior of these kids to figure out what kind of characters will be successful in the future for the movies. So if you look at those movies, they're all Disney characters and
Right.
Marvel characters, and like Spider-Man and Elsa from Frozen. It's all that kind of shit,
Yeah.
doing
Yeah,
weird
and-
things.
Yep. And they just keep pumping them out. They keep pumping the movies out, and they keep breaking records, and they keep selling, and
Right.
it's
And-
insane.
The reason I don't know about the records. I'm just saying
Well, it's
This
not the
is-
records.
we're
I
ta-
know.
this
I'm
is
just
talking about the
I'm just
planning,
getting
the fu-
outrageous. I'm sorry.
the future planning that you brought up that I'm responding to.
I like it.
This is how they do market research. And I think the AIs do market research by creating videos with their characters in just bizarre situations to map out children's behaviors. That's why these things looked, off or almost pedophilic.
Yeah.
Because it was being done by a computer. It was being done by a computer.
Yeah, but some of those were live action ones, weren't they?
I don't think those are. Okay, were they live action?
They looked like there were some dudes in like Spider-Man costumes and stuff doing some really creepy, weird stuff.
Yeah, it looks like people, but is it really people? I don't know.
That's true. That's true.
But I'm just talking about the cartoon ones for sure. Cartoons, definitely.
Yeah, I could see that.
That's what I think's happening. That's my prediction.
I like it, Jer. It's a good prediction.
It can happen.
It's not a prediction. I just have always thought that those looked so weird that they had to be made by an AI. And since those came out and today, how many stories have you read or heard about where AI is making movies or AIs making faces or AI is writing poetry? And
yeah, you can't trust the AI. It's almost too advanced now. It's almost way too advanced.
You can't let it govern you. You can do anything you want with it. Just don't let it govern you in your life.
It's a ghost in the shell.
It is a ghost in the shell.
Wouldn't it be weird if you could like merge your higher self with your own personal AI?
I'd give it a shot. Dude, chip me up. Just give me that chip. I don't even give a shit. Let's try it out.
That's one of the cool things about the Philip Pullman universe.
Thank you, Adam. Yes. If I could have
an
an AI.
own personal Jarvis chip in my head, yeah.
Yeah. Screw privacy and all that.
Jarvis, we need more mayonnaise. Yep. Thanks.
I don't think I can. I really don't think I can get chipped. To be honest, I don't think I can bring myself to getting chipped. But
crap, I don't even like needles.
It is on its way.
As far as like virtual reality, like some Ready Player One Oasis shit, I'd totally dive. I'd dive into that.
Yeah.
I'd do some VR, but I don't think I would let implants go in me.
Put it this way, your brain is an analog device. Why would you put a digital chip in it?
Man, Jer. See, that's why you're my fucking sage.
Well, I'm just saying, I wouldn't do it. There's no reason, if they can control your head with waves, they can do it from the outside.
Mm-hmm. That's true. They can kill you with heart attack guns, too. And
Maybe.
Epstein didn't kill himself.
No, he didn't.
Oh, we almost went a whole show without saying
I know,
that.
right? That was close.
I tried to say it like 10 times before, but everyone keeps talking. So now I'm drinking.
That's good. Man, so what else we got? We got some anything else? Oh wait, we're supposed to do a cryptozoology. Or any more tech news?
I'm trying to think.
What do you got, James?
I mean, everyone's got the buying season coming up. I know that.
What did you just say? What did
buying
you say
season.
What's the buying season?
Holidays.
Yeah.
Xmas.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's coming up. So what, you got some sweet tips? You got some nice deals?
No, I have no tips.
Just get coal for everybody.
Yeah.
Coal, oh man.
James, don't you have frosted tips?
Used to.
Wish. God.
Used to.
Wish I was breakdancing with James on some cardboard in the streets of fucking Cleveland right now.
Breakdancing.
So
at the rave.
Hell yeah, raving hard. You guys just want to play Depeche Mode. Depeche Mode. Oh shit.
Oh, Depeche Mode. No, the only band like I saw Morrissey before. Like I was saying, like one of them was kind of like guy band type dudes back then. Yeah, the Smiths or the Morrissey.
Oh yeah.
Depeche Mode. But I saw Morrissey. Play before. That was interesting.
I bet it was.
I went to it. That's all I gotta say. I don't know, man. That was it.
Did some donuts, let it rip, baby.
Yeah, I went to it.
Sounds like you went with a girl. That's what it. That's what
for
this
sure.
sounds like.
Oh, dude, yeah. Only I would go to that solo. Come on, come on. I'm the only one that would put fucking mascara on and go to that by myself.
Yeah.
Oh, God, steak.
He's turned into kind of an angry fella.
Who, Morrissey?
Like.
Yeah.
Isn't he all right now or
that
something?
Same
like
chick I took to a Misfits show, and and watched her make out.
Man,
with
this chick sounds
Danzig.
pretty rad, James.
So, yeah.
Man.
I took her to the show. She's making out with the whatever, one of the dudes there. Who knows?
Like a guy in the Misfits or just somebody at the show?
Oh,
Yeah.
wait. So you took a chick to a Misfits show and then she started making out with somebody from the Misfits?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That was a normal weekend.
Just a regular James Cruz weekend. God, it's the greatest. well, you know what? Good for her.
You can't control these wild women, dude.
No, dude, they go nuts. You know, let them.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? They're adults.
dude.
They're free women. Let them do what they want.
Don't get in their way.
No way.
Part of me
Let 'em
says
go.
that I wish we were podcasting with 90s James Cruz, but then another part of me realized 90s James Cruz wouldn't even have time for podcasting.
No, dude, he'd
Are you
be,
kidding me, dude?
no, he would have.
Yeah.
He wouldn't even know what a podcast is because he's just dancing so hard.
No.
It wouldn't even happen. You kidding me right now?
You can't blast podcasts out of 212s in the back of your car.
Oh shit! Fucking great. So where are we at?
They could blast the last episode, Interstellar 555.
Oh yeah, dude.
That's true.
Great show. Listen to some Daft Punk. Good stuff.
Mhm.
Watch Black Lagoon on Hulu. We're doing it next.
Yep.
Yeah, cryptozoology though.
Oh, you want to play the cryptozoology segment? Yeah, let me get on that. Thank you, Flavortown. You're such a better host than I am. I think I just might give you the show. All right, let me switch this over so you guys can. It's a shame my audio is like literally if I spent 10 minutes trying to fix my audio, I wouldn't have to change all this stuff around. But I'm just, we got a good thing going. I'm not gonna mess with it. Where is that jingle at? Crypto cruising jingle. There it is.
I don't know what that shit is. I'm not gonna go chase goofy interdimensional ape men. Come on.
Cruising with Steve. Cryptozoology segmento. Cruising with Steve. Cryptozoology segmento. Cruising with Steve. Cryptozoology segment. Yeah.
I skipped the whole cryptozoology phase.
Oh, for real?
Right
You
before
don't believe in monsters?
cryptocurrency.
I don't know what that shit is. I'm not gonna go chase goofy interdimensional ape men. Come on.
They're obviously interdimensional.
Come on, YOLO.
Dude, they're just the robots of the Greys.
Oh, well, I would say the other way around.
Oh, you think the Greys are little robots of the Bigfoot?
Probably. Well, Bigfoots are probably projecting reptilians into our brains to make us fearful. They're probably our overlords.
I would totally believe that. They live in the Hollow Earth, controlling us from the underground. Totally.
I think we just solved the mystery. This whole planet is controlled by Bigfoot.
Yeah, and everyone on it is controlled by stupid stories about Hollow Earth and Bigfoot and ETs.
Yep.
Great jingle. Man, what kind of cryptozoology news do we have?
I'm so angry in that.
Yeah, you are, Jared. yeah. That was one of those nights. It happens.
I don't have anything about
I'm
well,
sorry.
it could be somewhat crypto in the sense that I've got some interesting facts about cheetahs to consider.
Oh, I love it. Give me that cheetah news, baby. Big cats. Come on.
Do we all know what cheetahs are? Do I have to explain
Hold on.
cheetahs?
Yeah, give me a rundown of cheetahs, if you
Let's
could,
do a
please.
little cheetah rundown. Cheetah rundown is cheetahs are large cats found in Africa. They are spotted, and they're known for being able to run extremely fast, like up to 60 miles an hour.
Whoa, 60
They also
miles
make
per hour.
deliciously crunchy, cheesy snacks, right?
Yes,
come on.
and they also have a famous brand of cheesy poofs.
Oh, okay. All right. No, Chester.
But my question is, were cheetahs the result of ancient genetic engineering?
Well, of course.
Absolutely.
Do they have round pupils or diagonal pupils?
Well, let me list off some facts.
I'm going to say they have round pupils.
Cheetahs are susceptible to diseases only cats get, but cheetahs are also susceptible to diseases only dogs get.
What? Dog cat? Cat dog?
Cat dog.
Nickelodeon?
Humans get pig
cheetahs.
diseases.
Are genetically identical.
Okay.
What?
Wait,
It's a cloned chimera species.
A remarkable feature
yes.
of the cheetah is its unusually low genetic variability in comparison to other felids. Consequently, individuals show considerable genetic similarity to one another, as illustrated by skin grafts, electrophoretic evidence, and reproductive surveys. Prolonged period of inbreeding following a genetic bottleneck during the last ice age, it is believed the reason behind this anomaly. So, the black and brown fur spots of a cheetah are dog hair.
Hmm.
The yellow fur coat is cat hair.
What?
Cheetahs have the head of a cat, but the body of a dog. And cheetahs have dog paws.
Wait, so these are like redneck felines then, since they're all inbred?
Wait, so they
Cheetahs
have dog?
have long been the
You're
choice
telling
of
me right now
hunters
that
throughout the
cheetahs have
Middle
dog
East.
paws?
Yes.
The paws of dogs.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
So where do they get their speed from then? The
Big
feline or
dogs.
the canine?
Well, you got to think like they have the really long tails like cats do, but they have the body of a dog, so they can run better than cats.
So how many trackers do you think have been tricked, thinking that they're seeing like maybe like hyena paws prints or something, and it's just cheetahs?
Yeah. It also has an extended spine, so the front and back legs don't collide when it's running. That's why it can run so fast.
This is one of those whole evolution versus genetic engineering things. Like, I don't know what to believe.
Aren't they endangered too? I mean,
I'm
I think everything's endangered because we just massacre stuff. It's what
Humans are
do.
evil.
Yeah, it's just what
we kill
do.
it. We killed literally every species ever.
Well, judging by the amount of stray cats around my neighborhood, I don't think that the common house cat is endangered.
Oh God, the common house cat just slaughters populations of birds in the region. Like they decimate just regular bird populations. They're pretty they're like an invasive predator to a point. Because cats are awesome. They're gonna slaughter what they want.
But yeah, so could be some kind of genetic hybrid species we created a long time ago that just stuck around.
It's a chimera. What are we talking about?
Technically a cryptid, but close enough.
Could be a cryptid.
I like it.
Depending what your definition is.
It's true. I mean, what was it? Silverback gorillas were cryptids until like the 30s or some shit. Probably. I don't know. I just say things randomly and think that they're probably fact.
Don't gorillas mainly eat like I don't know, bamboo and grass and shit? Well, that's pandas, but gorillas don't eat meat like monkeys, do they?
No.
I don't know. Aren't there carnivore or cannibal monkeys?
Well,
yeah, there are.
Those are chimpanzees, though.
Chimpanzees.
No, gorillas are vegetarian.
Yeah,
they'll eat meat if they have to. They don't hunt it though.
So
they don't really have to hunt it.
Okay. Now my brain just stopped. I'm sorry. It's gone.
Cryptozoology. So I do have a story.
Oh yeah.
Bring me that story.
Bring it.
So one day I think I was walking outside, right outside of my brother's house, and I think I left my phone or something in my car. And this is about 4 years back.
Maybe 4?
There's a lot of
nailed it, James.
Things, yeah. Thank you, Trump.
Sure.
There's a lot of things that were going on that year, going on with me spiritually and mentally, and
you were ascending.
I didn't ever, yeah, in a way, it's kind of a dark time for me. But that day, there wasn't anything really going wrong at all. It was like a normal day. I didn't see anything like what I saw prior to that day that came into form in the reality that we see.
Yeah.
I turned around and there was a truck that was parked on the road, and probably about 20 to 25 feet away was where the truck was. And like I had a feeling before I turned around that something was like looking at me, and there was this like red like form that looked like a head like popped up from like behind the car, and like I swear it was there. Like I fucking saw it. I don't know what it was. Like, but it was this red thing, like this red dude, like in broad daylight. Like it was like a cloudy day. It's probably about 5 or 6 o'clock, and it was like the summertime. And I don't know what the fuck that was. I don't know if it was crazy, like a glitch.
But we don't know.
In the fucking Matrix, or
Yeah.
because like I've never seen anything like that besides when I've tripped balls.
Right.
You know, and I wasn't on anything that day. I think I maybe smoked weed, but like I don't know what that was. But it was a good 2 or 3 seconds that I looked at it, and it looked at me, and it gave me a look. Like it didn't really have a face or anything. Like it's really hard to describe. If you could picture like a dude in like a red suit, like popping up behind a white truck, like real quick, just like looked at me.
So weird.
Like, he was like peeking at me. And I was like, I just looked at it, and he looked at me like, oh fuck, does it see me?
Did it look? Was it like a red? Was it like a red flannel shirt,
dude? No.
It wasn't a flannel.
It was not a person. No, that was not a person. There's no fucking way that was a person, because I ran right around the truck, and there was nothing there. Because I wanted to get the fuck away. I was like, get the fuck out. I was like, get the fuck away from me. Like, what do you do? Like, what the fuck is going on? That's like crazy. You fucked up. Like you're like, what the fuck was that? I don't know what that was, but that was like one of the weirdest things. Like I didn't sleep that night. Like,
oh dude, I don't blame you. That's fucking crazy.
Because nobody like believed me, you know.
Oh yeah.
I mean I don't know what it was. It was very, very strange, but I've never seen anything like that since then. In broad, you know, with like no drugs in my system. Oh, you know, so it's crazy.
Did you say it had like did it have like a face?
It looked like the shape of a head, and if he was just peeking over the fucking truck, like he was just like peeking over. You couldn't
see like details of a face or anything.
No. It was it was like a demon or something. That's kind of like what
like a Slender Man.
No. It was red, like all
Slender
red.
Man's not real.
All red.
Slender Man's a cryptid.
All red.
Slender Man's a tulpa that we manifested because so many people thought about it and created it. I mean,
if I had to think of it like this, if you look at the colors spectrum of what we can see and like all that kind of shit, if something was from a lower dimension, like a lower frequency bandwidth,
okay,
it would probably like if it was popping into reality, it probably would be perceived as like red.
Did it look like Deadpool?
That's like on like the lowest fucking scale. I mean, now that you mention it a little bit, no. Like picture a dude that's in like a green suit, but it's all red. But it was like not
Santa
like
Claus.
Physical. It was not very physical. Like it looked like a form of red light, but in like the shape of, you know, like a fucking being, you know. It's crazy. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought it was. I shoot that fucker away. I was like, get away from me.
And it did.
And it did. It fucking did.
And you probably haven't been bothered by it again.
No. Every once in a while, you know, there's like, you know, I feel like everybody has weird thoughts that we don't really think are like ours. You know what I mean? And I just shoot that shit away, man. I shoot that shit away, And like if I'm by myself, like fucking driving in the car or something like that, like fucking pops up, like I start like it can be anything from like some crazy dark thought or me just like fucking shitting on myself, like just saying like I gotta, like I'm never gonna do this, I'm never gonna do that, I like shoo that stuff away. You know
That's
what I
good.
mean?
Keep the good vibes, man. Get that negative
Really?
shit out. Because it's like your thoughts fucking manifest your reality. I don't give a shit what anybody says. Like, if you think hard on shit, like
exactly,
we got the power. We're the gods.
It's like,
we got the power.
We've all gone so far and have like, gone down so many rabbit holes, but I'm pretty glad that like, I'm pretty sure that everyone that's here is, thinks that same way, that we are co-creating this whole experience,
Right.
So let's create a better world for ourselves and for everybody else around us.
Fuck yeah, man. That's all you can do. Just it's a little
cryptozoology segment story.
That's what we do. Yeah.
From Mellow.
Hell yeah. Oh man.
So yeah, I don't know if you can call that a cryptid, but I mean I think that like
you had an
Bigfoot.
experience with an entity. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Something happened. You experienced something.
Yeah. I don't know what it was, but it really doesn't bring me any fear whenever I talk about it.
As it shouldn't.
Yeah, it doesn't.
You're in a safe space.
I'm pretty
man.
over it.
You talk about anything you want. You're in a safe space.
Yeah.
Free speech zone.
It's cruising with steak.
I fucking love this show, man. This is really fun.
Hell yeah. That's what we do. Let's play another jingle. Or do we have any more cryptid news? Anything going on? Oh wait, actually I think I brought a story up. I forgot about this. Flying humanoid observed in Austin, Texas. Blah blah blah. Too long. Not gonna read that. Nah, it seems like some fake news. I'm sorry, you guys.
Wait, a flying person?
Yeah, flying humanoid. Yeah, I just, these words aren't making any sense in my brain right now, so we're not going to read that article. Let's just move it on to something like this. And then I'm going to do this. And I'm going to do this. And I'm going to click this.
Oh,
fucking me,
speaking of, never mind.
Fuck, I wanna,
No, Bill, please give me something.
I forget where I heard this story. I think it was Mr. Obvious did the video on YouTube about how these chimpanzees are kidnapping babies in Africa because these families are, deforesting the environment to make room for farmlands.
Okay. They're climate refugees.
All right.
Sure. Yeah, we can call them that. Sure. But anyway, like it's like he called it real life Planet of the Apes because these chimpanzees and bonobos or bonomos or whatever you want to. How you ever say that monkey name?
Oh, bonobo.
The bonobos.
Yeah.
They're the only type of monkey that has that masturbates for pleasure.
He did mention that in his story too, ironically. But like these monkeys are just their food source is being taken away, and now they're attacking humans to protect it. And like this one lady was out, tending her garden, and she's got 4 little kids around, and she turned her back, and this group of chimpanzees were watching her and took her like 2-year-old son away, grabbed it by the arm, grabbed the human kid by the arm, and it goes into some graphic details from there. But the kid died eventually. So once again, not really a cryptid story, but it's kind of weird.
It's sort of weird. It's got some weird there, yeah.
So these monkeys ganged up and killed a kid?
So it sounds like.
Basically, yeah.
That's awful.
it's not the first instance of that happening over there in Africa. Because apparently, there's only like a small section in Africa where these monkeys can or are living and can survive, and it's becoming smaller and smaller. So they're getting in competition for resources, and they're starting to take out little human kids because they do eat meat also. Aside from fruit from trees and whatnot. So they're taking these little babies away and
just
killing them and eating them. Ripping arms off and taking kidneys out, man. It's gruesome shit.
So what you're saying is they need to do a gritty reboot of the classic 90s film Dunstan Checks In.
Yes, they
where
do.
It's just a kid alone in a hotel room getting killed by a monkey.
By bonobos. Yes.
Yes.
Give me that reboot.
You're not a nice person.
Oh,
I think that's exactly what B.Strut was saying.
Yes. I will take it.
Oh, shit. Oh, James, are you back?
He thinks he's back.
He thinks he's back. James.
It looks like he's talking, but he's not saying anything.
I don't know. Let's do some health. Let's do a health segment. Let's do that.
Fucking meat mountains.
I'm like,
Yeah, I'm back.
I want to I'm gonna
Buttons
bust
don't
down a door and start eating your meat mountain.
Cruising with stay.
Fucking meat mountain.
Segment.
Eat your meat mountain. Grab a bite to eat while you're listening to this. It's good.
Yeah, get some burgers. Maybe a nice spread.
Yeah, nice spread. Maybe some ribs.
Some ribs.
Cruising with stay. Health / food segment. The most health conscious podcast all along the flat earth. The most health conscious podcast all along the flat earth.
Fucking meat mountains.
I'm like, holy fuck! I want to bust down a door and start eating your meat mountain.
Fuck yeah.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yes, I do.
Health segment.
Sure. Food.
I don't
Health.
know, some food.
What'd you
I don't
guys?
know. What'd you have for dinner this week, James?
What'd you have whatever dinner? I haven't even ate yet.
Oh, fuck.
One of those
This
nights.
show's going off the rails. It's going off the rails quick. It's going on. We're just hemorrhaging listeners. It's just
No.
it's all over. Just
In a
hemorrhaging them.
tailspin.
It's in a tailspin. That's all right. 'Cause we're here every week. Cruising
Everyone
Steak
get
is
their
here.
flu shots.
Get the fuck out of
Flu-
here.
Any flu shotters?
I would never get a flu shot. Why would I do that to myself?
Oh.
Does any?
Because
Does it
you're a
happen?
slave.
I mean, I am a slave. We'll admit that. But I just don't think I need to inject myself with the flu virus. Like, if I'm going to get it, I'm going to get it.
Doesn't even
I'll
seem
deal
like
with
they
it
can
like that.
give those things away anymore.
They're very free. It seems like you
were-
could just go anywhere.
Giving them away to people that work at my job for free.
Huh.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
kind
Give
of
them away
weird.
for
I was
free.
like, nope. Yeah, they're like, do you want a food shot?
Yeah, my company had free
Part
ones
of
too.
your, part of your
Interesting.
benefits.
They're free everywhere. Free at CVS, at Publix, Kroger.
Yeah.
They're free.
Yeah, it's all free.
Mm.
Wow. Imagine if like lots of medicine was free for people.
Yeah, why are they giving these away for free? And
Yeah,
Because it's
Then,
mind
like-
control drugs.
I
Is it
know
mind control drugs? Is it really? Like, I feel like
I've
it
never
is.
even thought of that.
Is there some kind of what's the conspiracy behind flu shots? Somebody give me some juice.
Well, I mean, you got the normal cocktail of whatever's in vaccines. So you have
Right.
like aluminum and are they still putting thimerosal in those?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah,
And mercury.
yeah, mercury's in there.
And they don't work. The efficacy of them is just really bad.
Just
I
a
think
giant
last year
scam.
it was like 19% or like 15%.
I see
haven't-
shots kind of like I see like fluoride, where it's clearly just a bunch of companies that have like they have a bunch of industrial waste and they don't know what to do with it, and so the only thing they can think of is to just like come up with crazy shit that they can convince you makes you healthier, and they
Like
just shove it in you.
fluoridation.
Yeah, so I just say, yeah, exactly.
Fluoride is made from coal ash.
Aren't there like fetus parts in vaccines too? So I don't know.
Yeah, like stem cells or something.
Well, yeah, something
Who
like
knows
that.
what's going on with that?
Well, those
Gay
aren't in the
frogs?
free ones. Those are in like that's like the single malt
Yeah.
version of the vaccine. That's
So like
that's the good
adrenochrome?
shit. Yeah, got a little bit of adrenochrome in there. Got a little baby fetus. Got a little bit
baby
of
fetus.
a little bit
Couple of devil
morphine.
horns.
Yeah, exactly. No, you're totally right about that. If it's free, like, haven't we all learned the lesson? If you're free, if it's free, then there's
Don't
clearly some
trust it.
kind of catch.
There's a
Like,
catch. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, I guess so. I mean, the best information is supposed to be free, but I guess maybe not the best vaccines or medicine necessarily.
Okay.
I don't know. That's
yeah, like why are
Information.
EpiPens like $700 to buy, and you can go get a fucking flu shot for free?
Yeah.
But we don't know.
Chaos, but we don't know. We really don't know. Hellier Season 2 is coming out at the end of the month. It's going to be at
That was
on Amazon
fun.
Prime. Yeah, dude. Hellier, we did a whole episode on that. Yeah. That was a good episode.
But to do that again, we'll have to scrounge up some people.
Fuck yeah.
I was at the doctor a couple weeks ago, and he was like, "Did you get your flu shot?" And I was like,
You're getting
No.
pressured by everybody? Man, it's a lot of,
Yeah, everybody wants you to get this
a lot of
solution.
attempts
And
to
he
to
looked
get a
at me
Just be
flu
like,
shot.
yeah, I got it.
"Alright." He's like, "All right, that's cool. Do you want it?" And I was like, "No." And he's
No.
like, "All right."
Yeah,
Like, he didn't say anything like, "Are you sure
yeah,
it's free?"
nothing. He didn't
It's just
say anything.
ironic that like in school they taught you about like remember. I mean, I don't know. Not everyone went to school the same time I did, but back in my day there was DARE, the
Oh,
drug
Oh, yeah,
abuse
dude,
resistance
totally.
education.
Yeah.
And you know they
joke.
always told you about peer pressure to take drugs, but the irony is that it feels like you get more peer pressure from doctors to take these fucking terrible drugs than you do
Yeah.
from people that are taking fun recreational drugs.
Mhm.
Actually, I don't know if you guys know this. Apparently, DARE pivoted a few years ago because I was at a grocery store and there was you know how they have those poor schmucks that stand outside with a folding table outside of grocery stores and try to get people to
Yes.
sign up for shit.
Okay.
And
Girl
it-
Scouts.
yeah, kind of like that. It was a DARE thing, and I was like, "What the hell is DARE?" Like, first of all, I haven't even seen that logo in like 20 years.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought they were done.
no.
Yeah, and that's why I said I was like, I actually
that was
because
a
I am,
Nancy Reagan thing.
yeah, because
Yeah.
I am who I am. I went up to him and was like, "Hey, what's going on with all this DARE business? I thought you guys were all gone." I was like, I thought this was a drug abuse resistance thing, like war on drugs kind of thing. And these kids were like, well, no, see, we're actually all about, it's about cyberbullying and the cyberbullying initiative. So apparently
What?
DARE has pivoted to
Online.
to being about cyberbullying. And they were
Weird.
taking donations to prevent cyberbullying. Now, apparently that's their shtick. So
Huh.
yeah, apparently they realized the whole like drug war thing didn't exactly pan out the way they wanted it to. I mean, for fuck's sake, I remember them bringing. Do you remember that when the cop like because that was what it was. The DARE thing
Oh,
was
yeah.
like the cops would come in and they talk to kids about drugs.
Yeah, and they would
And I
teach us how to
remember-
use them.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. They used to bring. I remember very specifically. He brought in this big, like plexiglass wooden thing with a bunch of the different drugs and exactly what they looked like. I mean, for all I know, they could have been the real drugs inside of them and like showing everyone what they were. And like, this is what it looks like. And I'm thinking to myself, like, if I didn't ever see this, like, would my, like, how much better is my life to resist drugs if I know what they look like because of them showing them to me? Don't I just now know what they look like
Yeah,
and can
exactly.
identify them?
Yeah,
Like,
you can just identify them better when you go to buy them from your local dealer.
it's like that, what was that movie, Walk Hard? with
Yeah,
John
the
C.
Dewey Cox
Riley.
story,
It's just,
yeah.
it's just don't do this, Dewey. It's bad for you.
So now they're on the whole cyberbullying shtick. Is that pretty much all they do now, or do they have other stuff?
Apparently so.
I recently read that they took weed off of the quote unquote list of gateway drugs. I don't know if that's true or not, but I forget where I read that.
Well, it's not Schedule 1 anymore for most states, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it is still in Indiana, though. We have archaic laws.
Yeah. That won't ever go away.
No, it
I mean, we just got to sell alcohol on Sundays, like what, last year?
It's true. Last year, yes, it's true. Fuck this state. Why do I live here?
I think that Tennessee is going to be one of the last states, so it sucks.
I don't know, man.
So going back to the cyberbullying thing, do you think cyberbullying is worse than physical bullying? And if so, if you had to kill a cyberbully that was bullying 300 people online versus a in-person bullying 3 people in real life, what would you rather do? 2-part question, guys. Go.
I'll go first. I think that they're both on the same scale as bad because you should not be a bully from like the very start. But if you're doing it in a physical way, if there's any sort of like physical contact, then that's when it's like worse. But I think it's just as fucking bad to be rude to people online if you're gonna, like the golden rule, you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. I don't know. I think that was Thumper that said that. Yeah. There's Disney for you.
This is Disney. Just the mind control of Disney.
Yeah. I'm programmed.
I mean, the way I see it, and I hate to say it because, I mean, obviously I'm way past the point in my life where I'm ever going to have to deal with cyberbullying, so I probably have a very...
That's your thing. Wait till you look at your DMs tomorrow.
Rest in peace, my inbox.
Restraining order.
I have the very boomer mentality of cyberbullying, just turn off your internet.
Exactly. Yeah, that's why they block buttons. It's like, how is it possible to get cyberbullied?
This is killing me. Click.
Like, like if somebody's
That's
a dick
what
online, you don't give them energy. You give people that are good online energy. You get to pick the people.
That's the whole thing with like the social media addiction, where it's like these kids have to be on their social media platforms, and therefore, they're getting exposed to all these terrible people going in and cyberbullying them. But at the same time, like, nobody's making these kids go on social media. Like, you see, most of these people see their friends every day in school or like hang out with them. Like, there's, and again, I don't use social media. I got off Facebook years and years ago. Like, I don't give a shit about any of it. So again, I have a very different perspective on this stuff. Like, I don't really tolerate any of it.
Exactly, it's all bad. Like,
yeah. Well, I mean, it can be good.
But like you said, if someone is being a shit, then they should be called out for it, and then they can't be like, "Oh, they're cyberbullying me," when like maybe they said something that was like false or like wrong or messed up.
I find the whole concept of cyberbullying.
I had a bully in school.
Ridiculous.
Exactly. Yeah. Totally.
Because I'm like, if you're being cyberbullied, well, then you're willingly being bullied because they can't freaking hit you. It's nothing like being bullied in person. It's like cyberbullying just seems like fictitious bullying. It seems like to me, like if you didn't want to be victimized, maybe just turn that shit off.
Exactly. Yes.
Cyberbullying is basically just LARPing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, dude, I mean, we grew up with the internet. Like, I've had the internet since I was like 11 years old. Like, just everything. Like, the old internet where everybody talks shit to everybody online. That's just how you did it. You would just get online and talk shit to people. It was awful. It's
I
just,
think
it was,
early internet just made me immune to
yeah,
all
exactly.
forms of
So
like
now it's like, are you kidding me, you kids? Like, really? Like, do you not know like the like flame boards back in 2001? Like that would ruin your life. You're talking Counter-Strike.
somethingawful.com.
Oh, you go to something awful. Yes, just all that terrible shit.
Something
Rotten.com. Like the
Back
old
in the day when
E-Bombs World.
yeah, you had to
Hey,
go
you
to
know what? You can
websites.
still go to that website. It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's nothing but clip, but you can't even find the old videos that used to be on eBombs World on their site. Like they took them down.
It's just an ad site. Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that back in the day when like internet bulletin boards were the equivalent of high school slam notebooks?
Slam notebooks. Adam, you got us beat on a generation there. You're talking to the millennials.
I forget sometimes I'm that much older than you guys.
Sounds kind of familiar.
Is that the equivalent of writing, shit on the stall?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, except in a notebook that gets passed around in the cliques and shit like that in schools. They used to do that a lot. Like, not all through my high school. Like in the last part of my high school, it was a thing. It was very weird to me even then. I just thought it was kind of silly.
Man.
I just can't buy into it.
Yeah.
Those were the Wild West times back then.
Wild West.
Well, they did the whole stomp out bullying campaign when Michelle Obama was first lady. I remember that because I remember it's just like
that was wildly successful.
I remember, yeah, kids were just getting softer. Like it was weird. Like things were just changing. And I was like, wait a minute, what's going on here? Like it's just it's different.
It all started with the peanut allergies.
You might be onto something there, Jer. Could be. We bred weakness into society. That's why that's. Oh man!
They abolished Saturday morning cartoons, and they all went to shit.
All right, guys. I before we wrap up tonight, I had this theory hit me today about the Me Too movement, and okay, so it's a good thing, believe victims, whatever, blah blah blah. I'm gonna put all that out there, but okay, is there some like deeper energy harvesting thing or something going on, or some deeper thing to the Me Too movement? Like it's creating an environment where men can't be like aggressively like pursuing women. Like it almost makes them double think things, and then I guarantee there's some women out there that need that just aggressive man to come up and take them, or nothing's gonna happen. So is it breeding some sort of is this some sort of eugenics, maybe creating so we don't attract each other, and I don't know. People are more conscious about what they're doing. Give me some feedback here, people.
No.
Well, I think the whole Adam, you got something?
I was just going to say, from an observational perspective, when I sit back and I look at it, and I just try not to let any of my own personal views come into it. From a distance, it looks to me like it's all put out there to continue to break down the bonds of human relationship.
Yes.
It's to destroy relationships between men and women, and to break down the bonds between families.
Exactly.
So that it is easier for the powers that be, so to speak, to make people see one another not only as less human, but as disposable in a way that says, it's okay if you take my kids. They were really fucking stressing me out anyway. That's what it looks like to me. Because if there's no family unit, which won't happen unless people, get married, then that's an instantaneous breakdown of an integral human structure that is kind of necessary for us to have the sort of freedoms and ability to think outside the box that we do. Think of it as like psychic herd immunity that we'll lose without being able to have genuine family units.
Yeah,
that's what it looks like to me.
Yeah, wow. I totally agree, and piggybacking off of that a little bit, one of the things I noticed, so full disclosure, I am a recovering vegan. I was vegan for 3 years. I mean, to be fair, I'm probably still eat like 90% vegan. To be fair, I'm still about 90% vegan just because it's cheaper. But I remember it was probably about 2-3 years ago. I went to like a vegan food festival type thing, in Dallas, and there are all these people out there. And I remember walking around and noticing that alongside all of the, like, you know, animal cruelty stuff, there was a heavy emphasis on depopulation and like not having children and like the pro-abortion thing, and like it was just a really, like, it kind of like woke me up a little bit to the idea, because like, you know, I'm you know, I'm an empathetic person. You know, I see an animal get killed, I think it's, you know, horrible. I don't like seeing that shit. You know, I don't like the conditions of factory farming for sure. I still stand by that. But the point being that like this whole other agenda gets mixed up into this, you know, movement, relatively speaking. I mean, I never really considered myself a vegan activist, and you know, personally, I don't like most of those people because they come off as very smarmy and very
real
like,
smug,
you know,
real smug.
Yeah, real smug, and it's just not a good vibe.
No.
But that whole thing kind of ties in with what you were saying with like the Me Too movement and how it, you know, wants to separate families, and it wants people to not give a shit about their you know, their family units and having children, and you know, oh, the world's too overpopulated, don't have kids, you know, live the life you want to live, doesn't really matter, you know, have fun, we're all gonna, you know, we're all responsible for all this, and you should feel bad for all the things that you didn't even do, but like people before you did. And you know, it's a pretty I don't know, dystopic worldview.
It's trauma-based mind control. Psychological warfare. It's so many things, but it's basically shaming you.
Well, yeah, completely. Because it's like, because especially with the way the media is used to frame the way we see and think. So like, no matter how much of it that you see on a conscious level, you think for like every 10 things that you see consciously, there's 1,000 things that you didn't see unconsciously. So regardless of where you're at, you know, unless you're at a really higher vibration, there's stuff that's going to slip by that still frames your thinking, but you're just capable of stepping out of it when you give it your attention. So, but like the average person doesn't really do that. And so everything they see is just so completely framed. It's like that thing about body image. You know, it used to be if your kid was overweight, that was an unhealthy thing, and you should help them have a healthier relationship with food. Now you're fat shaming them, and you should just give them a fucking ho-ho. So, I mean, it's so ridiculous, but a part of that too goes back to what you were saying about being a recovering vegan. That's interesting to me because I read an article recently about how Los Angeles is one of the international cities that's agreed to become entirely meat-free.
Oh man!
By 2030, there will be no meat eaters in LA. According to this article, this is an initiative by the UN. And my very first instinctive thought about it was, that's really tragic. They're trying to turn everybody into leaf eaters because it's easier to control you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and it just really kind of, I was like, wow, that's very creepy. But it's the same thing with like GMO foods, factory farming, of any kind, either with plants or with animals. Because I mean, I live in a state where we still can homestead. So I raise a lot of our produce and eggs and things like that. So, you know, different relationship with our food source.
So they can control leaf eaters more because they're not getting protein enough, and
something that that relates back to another article that I read several months ago about something about blood factors, and I don't remember. I'll look for it and I'll link it to you guys somewhere in the Discord chat.
Right on. Going back to what Grim said, Grim, I think Steve Steak was asking if it was some kind of like a psy-op to harvest energy with the Me Too movement. Going back to that, right?
Off the rails. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, unless you got something on it.
I know. I was just going to say I agree with you. Like anytime that the media comes out with a movement like the Me Too movement, believe all accused, or believe all victims, you can see the hypocrisy when it doesn't work out into their favor. So that was definitely some kind of like energy harvesting move by the dark elites.
The system. Just say the system. And I would say that every movement is an energy harvesting mechanism of some sort. Whether it's used for good or bad is a different question.
They're just throwing a bunch of shit at the wall and seeing what sticks.
Plus, they also really act as good distractions. If you're all caught up in like fuck Trump shit, you want to go to DC in March and do all this protest stuff, which is worthless, and you get beat up by their friends, the Antifa. You know what I mean? It's like,
Well, have you guys, anyone ever read the book The Wanting Seed by Anthony Burgess? It's the same guy who wrote Clockwork Orange.
yeah, I think I read that. It's a short thing. It's a short book, right?
Yeah, it's pretty short. It's maybe, I don't know, a couple hundred pages. It's one of my favorite books ever made. And I read it probably 10, 15 years ago, and I didn't really like, it was just kind of a crazy out there story. And I reread it recently, and it's insane how he was able to predict society. So I'll give you the Spark Notes.
He was intelligence agency connected.
Yeah, absolutely. So the book starts off with a family, or a husband and wife that just had a baby, and this government agency goes to their door and offers the family basically monetary compensation for turning the baby over to be turned into fertilizer. Because it's a world where overpopulation has run amok, and they are promoting homosexuality and transsexuality and multi-ethnicity into their society, and like to the point where like one of the male characters doesn't get a promotion because his brother did, because his brother is gay, even though he's like secretly having a whole heterosexual affair with someone else. And so this guy, the main character, kind of ends up, on the outs and on the dregs of society, and gets picked up by basically their version of the military. And the military's training them for this scenario, and we're going to put you on the battlefield against these people. And basically the end of the book, to come to find out, they all are on the battlefield ready to go. They got their guns pointed, and over the hills, it's all the women. And so basically what they're doing is they're pitting men against women on an open battlefield, not telling them who they're fighting against, and just kind of like wiping each other out, because
crazy.
of quote unquote overpopulation. And, I read that book when I was in high school, and I thought it was just like kind of a crazy story because I was into Clockwork Orange, and that's what Anthony Burgess wrote. I love that book. And I read this one too, and now I go back and read it. I'm like, holy shit, this guy was right about everything. Like this book nails it. Like it's, I mean, obviously he was taking it to the extreme to the point of parody and satire, but all those themes are just coming back into society, right now, and they're just kind of in the forefront. And yeah, we're still racist.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you're still racist, all of us. You can't deny that. I mean, that's just
our world is very a Brave New World kind of headed in that direction.
Of course. Yeah,
which is it's weird though, because it's just too weird. I remember reading that book a long time ago and thinking, nah. But then, I look at it now and I was like, geez, that's practically prophetic.
Oh, man.
I like the idea of this. I got to check this out.
Yeah, man. Sounds pretty good. This has been a fun night, guys.
Hell yeah.
I think
I got one last thing.
To bring it up, James. What do you
sorry.
got?
No, just not just the tail end of the show here. I'm just looping all these things in the last few conversations, and it all having to do with elite, and then like how they can implement some of these things by destroying and splitting up families, creates more single pairs, more single people. Then they can implement that whole universal basic income thing. So then your people are controlled even more about how much money you're giving them. So then that's controlled even more. And then you have that humanity attack like you were just talking about on each other, it's compartmentalized warfare, like over a long, probably 50, 60 year period. I would think it would take some time to implement all that, but
it's been happening since 1947.
Yeah. So it's still going, right? I mean,
yeah, it's been about 70 years almost.
A thing about that, James, too, that's interesting. You say how like breaking everything down to those individual units. And since nobody has any familial ties anymore, there's nobody
Right.
to be
They don't really give a fuck anyway.
to be loyal to but yourself.
Yeah.
So it's easy to rat out your neighbor because they did this or they did that.
People feel freaky if they had a whole family around them.
Yeah, yeah.
I bet they would, dude, if you never had that.
Yeah.
I mean, and then, I don't know. Sometimes it can be smothering at times if you have a family like that. But, but man, if you're able to, anytime you can, say hi to your parents.
Hell yeah.
They'll love it.
One thing I'll wrap up on as far as thoughts go, because I think this is a really good kind of tie into the conversation we're having, is in that book, The Wanting Seed, there's a history lesson that's given. And in that history lesson, they talk about the 3 phases of cyclical history. So I'll kind of go through those, paraphrasing. So the first phase is called Pell phase, named after Pelagianism, which is the belief that people are generally good. Crimes have slight punishment, and the government tries to improve the population. The government works through socialism. According to Tristram, a government functioning in its Pelagian phase commits itself to the belief that man is perfectible, that perfection can be achieved by his own efforts, and that the journey towards perfection is along a straight road. Inner phase is the darkening of Pell phase, an intermediate phase. So, as he explains it, the government grows increasingly disappointed in its population's inability to be truly good, and thus police forces are strengthened and the state becomes totalitarian, somewhat of a finite version of 1984.
Yeah.
The final phase is called Gus phase, named after Augustinianism, which is the theology of St. Augustine of Hippo. That involves the lifting of the inner phase. The leaders begin to realize how horrible they have become and realize that they are being overly harsh. Therefore, the government relaxes its rules and creates havoc. It's described as the orthodox view presents man as a sinful creature from whom no good at all may be expected. It eventually appears that human social behavior is rather better than any Augustinian pessimist has any right to expect. And so a sort of optimism begins to emerge, and thus Pelagianism is reinstated.
Wow.
There it is.
There it is.
Cycle of history.
Pretty much. Yeah.
So we're in the inner phase right now.
We're totally in the inner phase. Yes.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
100%. Man. Well, that's a good note to end on. Let's all just, throw some good vibes out there. Everything's gonna be fine.
Sorry.
It's all good. Jerry, who you got on Nox Mente? Or no, it's Obelisk tomorrow night, isn't it?
Oh.
Yeah, tomorrow night we have Tessa Dick. We're going to talk about Philip K. Dick.
No shit. That's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my buddy was talking about Philip K. Dick the other day. A little synchronicity there. Yeah.
There we go. Sweet.
So it should be a good show.
Oh,
and then
fun.
next week we have Heather Taddy.
Heather Taddy.
From,
That sounds familiar.
Alien Highway and from Paranormal State.
Okay.
On A&E. Yeah.
Nice. Very cool.
We met her at CryptidCon.
That's why it's familiar.
Yep.
I'm like, okay, I know that name. All right. Man.
And the other chick never emailed me back. JL?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's probably too busy posting on
Michelle,
yachts somewhere.
Tiffany.
On Instagram.
Yeah, no, she's just an Insta model. She's total thought. But yeah, thanks. Thank you, Adam. Thank you, B.Strut, Mellowhorus, Flavortown, Jerry, James. I love you. I love all you guys.
Love you too.
Love everybody. You guys are fucking great. Thanks for listening. Tune into next week. Watch Black Lagoon so you can listen to Shonen Dump. And I'll catch you all next week. Goodbye.
Peace.
Think if I sit here long enough, fixed to this green, brown, blue spot on Earth, approximately 2,000 years. Ain't no Domini, ain't no Domini. My hot drink would turn cold, my hot drink would turn cold, my hot drink would turn cold. Dream sequence, dream sequence, dream sequence. She'd eventually roll by on her bicycle, on her bicycle, on her bicycle. That's getting old. up this morning, feeling around for my shoes. Think if I hired a million monkeys and let them mash away on some typewriters, they'd eventually write all of Shakespeare's sonnets. Maybe then you'd love me, maybe then you'd love me. Me and my monkey, get funky. Go and get funky now. Get funky, get funky. Dream sequence, dream sequence, dream sequence. You'd eventually roll by on your bicycle, on your bicycle, on your bicycle. Let's get green, brown, blue, green, brown, blue, green, brown, blue. Mother Nature's songbirds chirping. Woke up this morning, feeling around for my shoes. I love you up to the sky, 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 I love you up to the sky. Dream sequence, as you were counting sheep, I rolled by on some comic relief. I rolled by on a tricycle, on a tricycle, on a tricycle. Let's get milk and honey, milk and honey, milk and honey. To be or not to be, that is the question, baby. Woke up this morning and all my blues was dead and gone.